like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this.
Hey guys, what's happening?
All is good. All is good.
All is good?
Oh yeah. How y'all doing?
Is your mom muted? Why is you talking and they ain't talking? Your mic must be all the way down. Yeah, I knew it. I already knew it. I knew it. I knew you were playing. Let's say he played. Yeah. He was going to blame the producer on that. Mm-hmm. What's going on, fellas?
It's all right.
That's it.
A lot going on in the city. A lot going on in the city.
And the country.
And in the country. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I don't know where the rest of those people at, why they always late. We know Charlie the only one with an excused absence. And that's because he's still doing Bible study so he can become a minister.
All right.
And so we all can join his church.
Okay. All right.
Charlie Brown Ministries.
Y'all sit down.
Charlie Brown Ministries. Y'all ain't gonna join? Robert, I know you're Catholic. I know you're Catholic, right, Robert?
I'll join. I'm gonna go over with Mr. Brown.
Okay. Yeah. The only pastor that might not outlive any of his parishioners.
You know what? I cannot.
You'd be like, outlive all of us. You'd be right at 99.
All night long.
With bad knees, and we all be gone.
I cannot with you.
Oh, boy. I tell you.
There's a whole bunch of videos.
There's 5 of them. I meant to tell Giovanna, it starts with the one that says number 1. There's 5 videos. 5 videos.
You see more than that.
No, those are old. I left them in there for a reason because I'll use them later on.
Oh, okay.
I have a special coming up. What is the church doing for you?
Lord have mercy.
What? Why you on your head down? You probably fit the exit. Look at him. I told you about that exiting. He exiting. We done told him about that. You cannot exit stage left. We got a special coming up. You say you're an angel. An angel's supposed to come and tell the truth.
Mm.
Don't worry. I'm going to have you on the show. Especially on, I might be wrong, but I doubt it.
Lord.
What? This is special on, I might be wrong, but I doubt it this
Lord.
weekend.
Not a special.
And it is, what has the church done for you?
When is that going to air?
I think it airs Saturday or Sunday. Let me see.
Lord.
That comes on Saturday or Sunday.
How you what?
Comes on Mondays.
That's Mondays?
Comes on Mondays.
No, it's Saturday or Sunday. I think it's Saturday. But I gotta remember.
No producers available on that day. No producer can do the show.
Well, it's funny how these pastors get in their feelings and all too, But that's just part of life. That's part of life. I reached out to one so we could have a talk. He said he don't want to talk to me.
You better stop cutting up on her.
I mean, I don't care. I just was trying to extend the olive branch. So, everybody got to know it. I don't care whether you talk to me or not.
Oh, Lord,
because when you don't talk to me, it's still, I got to pay the rent.
Yeah.
When you don't talk to me, I still have to make my day a good day. So it don't matter whether you talk to me or not. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Jabbar might care. I don't.
No.
So I'm just writing down something real quick. Y'all ready to go? We can get on.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Charlie Brown, I got to tell Charlie Brown, do not come on here trying to take over when you late. I told you, me. If you are late, we got 321 people watching right now. If you are late, do not come on trying to run things. If you are late.
And Rontel, that had been the top rated show last week. I think the week before.
Rontel that?
Yeah, it was the top rated show.
Oh, okay. Yes, Giovanna, Oxtails is the first video. We are ready when you are, and you can go with that when you get ready and change out those tickers. Go ahead with the first video, general discussion.
Oxtails is delicious, but think to yourself, much money as you done touched in your life, many celebration dinners as you done had. Why did you stop at the tail? You didn't ever want no ox steak or no ox ribs. Ain't nobody ever had an ox roast. There ain't no motherfucking oxes. The last ox in America was in 1936, owned by a man named Paul Bunyan. The ox's name was Babe. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all done drove the price of that meat up neck and neck with pussy across the country. $116, bitch. What the fuck is in there? If you love oxtails, my job is not to judge the truth. My job is just to find out the truth and run back and fucking tell y'all. If you love oxtails, here's the truth. I've been around this country for 1,700 city tours. Take my word for this. There are no oxes in America.
Now, I brought this video up because it was interesting when I saw it. Because what Kat was getting to is that every time we like something, the price skyrockets on it. Why? Because we're consumers with no regard. Chicken wings. Why do you think chicken wings went up the way that they went up? Oxtails. We the only ones eating oxtails like that. I had a friend, white friend of mine. We went to lunch at Kim's, and I had some oxtails, and he had pork chops, and I had oxtails.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking at my oxtail and he said, what is that? I'm serious. I promise you. He didn't know what oxtails was. He said, but I want some of that. And he got them oxtails and he told them oxtails up. But what I'm saying is, why is it products that we like so much? Every time we go to buying it, the prices just go through the roof with oxtails, chicken wings. Hell, chitlins went up like hell. You know, and you can't even find chitlins sometimes of the year. I don't know how, but you can't even find chickens, and it's just crazy. So, what are y'all thoughts on that?
Because they know that no matter how high they raise the prices, Black people are they're not going to protest. They're not going to stop buying oxtails because they've gotten too high. They'll continue to gradually pay more. They'll use all their food stamps and whatever else they got to do in order to make to do it. You know, I remember when oxtails were like something stupid. It was like $1 and something a pound. You know, when I went to Hubert Middle School, because there was a meat store owned by the Chinese folk right there. And now, I mean, you over here, we're paying $11 and some change for it. I won't.
Robert, Jamal, y'all gonna be chicken? Yeah.
Well, I mean this. You know, I'm trying to be more like Brother Terrain and not do this too much no more. I'm trying to learn from what I see, but you know, I think Chandra, you offered a great perspective. And at the same time, when you look at the commodities that our community consumes, right? You know, you look at the food, you look at the beauty products and all of that, you know, how much of that returns to the community or to our pockets? And so it's interesting that you see that in all facets of the things that are consumed, you know, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I go and say that's how capitalism operates, and you know, we say oxtails, but there's other things just like, well, I'm saying this: if you're in Italy, Bartuga, and some of y'all might know Bartuga by another name. Y'all, Bartuga is fish roll. Fish roll is expensive in Italy, and people look at it, they were like, wait a minute, fish roll with us in the United States, you know, it ain't costly like that, but they're like in Italy, Bartuga, that fish roll. Some other people also go and call caviar, but again, it's capitalism. So then it becomes this delicacy, and so that's what part of it too. Our foodways, no matter how people try to don't understand it, they are delicacies, and so we tend to think a delicacy is we get that what is that steak coming from Japan? We think that we look at that as opposed to looking at people understanding that your foodways are delicacies, and that's what comes to play. But I'll throw something else out there that we saying oxtails right now, because see, when I first saw the topic, I thought it goes to something that some of us discussed this morning, that we're going to see inflation, but the inflation, people are not going to realize it's tied to the monies that are now being shipped to Ukraine, monies that are being shipped overseas. That again, and somebody's going to have to pay the price. So folks like saying, you're going to see that your bread price is going to go up. And they're like, you're going to think that there's a shortage, not a shortage, but with regards to, again, money's not going overseas. So I'm like, but then a lot of times we don't go and assess all that. We just take it for granted. We say we must go and support folks out of the country. I'm not being an advocate against that type of stuff, but I'm just saying we look at that and we don't take care of some domestic things.
Exactly. You know, when they start dropping food packages of food under the bridges and all over these homeless little camps, then I'll support wholeheartedly every war that we have that we're sending. We're sending thousands and thousands of packages, but we got starving people right here. People that's insecure with their food right here. So, yeah, I don't buy in. I'm sorry.
That's correct. You're absolutely correct, Sandra. We're sending billions and billions of dollars to these countries to fight wars, but we can't feed the hungry. We can't open mental health facilities for these people on the road, on these streets who have gone crazy taking this fentanyl and these laced up drugs. We have a problem here in our own country, and nobody's addressing it because there is no care, no compassion. Because when you let Republicans run things, they don't care about nothing, and you got to make people care. And the only way you do that is by what? By your vote.
Yeah.
You got to put people in office who care about what's happening, and you got to make sure that everybody's held accountable, even the pastors. Did I say that? Even the pastors. Everybody got to be held accountable because everybody's not doing their job. There's a job. There's an oath to keep. There's a charge to keep, and none of these people are keeping to their obligations. The pastors have an obligation to God, and what are they doing? They're trying to be at every celebrity event that they could be to. So, Giovanna, take us to our first commercial, and then we'll be right back with our main comments. Okay. Oh, my bad. We got the great one that has joined us. I mean, the late one. Did I say? I mean, the great one that has joined us.
You too can. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Can I speak now if you don't mind? You coming from a break?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and speak and say what you got to say, brother.
I just want to say it's good to see you guys, as always, as hello, boys and ladies. It gives me great pleasure to be with you tonight. So far, the show seems to be going real well. We got a lot of powerful things to discuss, and I'm asking you to do us a big favor. Share it with a friend. Share, because we need to get the word out all over the United States. I got a friend in Dallas, Texas. I want to say hello to Ron, and Ron going to share it with the people in Dallas. So we got the Houston connection with Sandra, and now Ron in Dallas will be sharing the show. So hello to Ron. And thank you guys for allowing me to come in. And my good friend Jamal, he's a fine young man. And this guy have excellent information. And if anyone wants something for greatness, just contact Jamal. I just want to let you know. And Sandra, It's a pleasure to see beauty. It is a little bit tarnished in the late evening, but you're still hanging in there.
I'm hanging in there, Charlie.
I want you to know.
Charlie,
Robert, good to see you too.
I'm here.
I think that Jamar has cued that video in. He said, for some reason, you didn't pay the ransom.
No. Him and I are friends. We have compromised each other. I mean, we have compromised each other.
He got the video loaded.
No,
Yeah.
it cannot be loaded. What video?
I would not do such, Charlie.
You're a
I
man
respect
of principle, and I
you.
appreciate
Yes,
that.
yes.
But damn, a man of principle.
All right.
Jump on Julius Hall right now, Charlie. Jump
No,
on
I
Julius
can't really say too much about my friend because you and I both know that nose he got is so big, he's so nosy, he's in everyone's business. Don't push it up.
Well,
Robert, it's good to see you as well.
same here.
Well, speaking of being nosy, before we go on to the next subject, I was with Jamar and Robert yesterday eating breakfast, and then we were downstairs in the restaurant qualifying for elected office was taking place on the second floor. We saw some people walk by who we didn't know. So here it is. I'm going to be nosy.
Who you tell?
I want to know who those people are. So I go upstairs to see what they're running for. So lo and behold, I go upstairs and the people didn't know where they were going. So I had to tell them, no, it's the second floor, not the third floor. And so I said, I'll show y'all. So I get off the elevator with them. The lady tell me what she's running for and everything. She never told me her name. I never met her before in my life.
Right.
So I take the lady around the corner. And so the two people who are in, there's three people in there. One guy, one old white guy, he don't know me. Don't know nobody.
Oh, white guy.
The two black people that was in there was Glenda and John Hayden. And then all of a sudden that night, I get a message saying I brought the lady there to run against Sonya.
Wow. Oh, so she's running for the tax commissioner?
Yeah, she running for tax commissioner. I don't know the lady's name, but all I did was show the lady the office right there. She was coming to register anyway. And so
wow.
You're not gonna win.
Yeah, no, she can't win.
Sonya's doing a really great, good job on Sandra. She's doing an excellent job.
That's what I know. So
she invites you in.
Yes.
This guy you talking about named John Livenpooler, is he a guru or something from another country? Because he come in and he have taken over the city, out of county one.
Well, I heard that he has said that Charlie Brown ain't got nothing on him.
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah, he said you ate too many of those oxtails that drove up the price of the oxtail. What he said.
I'm going to keep my calm, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you. What you got? Something in your mouth? You got your hand on your face?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Brown. When you sit around you white folk and you learn to shut up sometimes, that's where I am.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Right.
So
we be proud.
All right, what's the talk, man? Let me see. Let me find the talk.
Sandra cussed me out too, Mr.
Oh,
Brown.
yeah. Now you want
me out, Mr. Brown.
Now you want to know the second topic. We got a video.
Well, I just got here. You know where I was at.
The first topic was the oxtails, and we were wondering why everything that we like, Cadillacs, everything that we like, the prices rise like 4 times what the normal price used to be. Oxtails, chicken wings, it don't matter what it is. If we like it, they take the prices up. Cadillac, it don't matter. Y'all name some other stuff. Whatever it is we like. They don't care if it's crunching much. They take the price up.
I cannot.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. Take for instance, chitlin now is a delicacy, and chitlin have went up. You used to get chitlins for a bucket for I think like $2 or $3.99. Now those same bucket of chitlins will cost you almost $20-something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. You're absolutely right.
I can't even.
And I think
eaten chitlin since I was 9 years old. I don't think.
Well, that's why your skin is so pretty, and on people you all like chitlins and stuff, they got them bumps and outbreaks on their face. You just ain't noticed.
That is
Anyway,
true.
Javonna, take us to our second subject. We got a video, people.
Hey, wait a minute. This person said that. He said this. I am confused. Yeah, because you've been studying Greek chemistry. I teach African chemistry, African biology. It's not one type of chemistry in the world. There's not one type of music. There's not one type of race. There's not one type of tree. There's not one type of dance. Don't you know that? And it's not one type of chemistry. So I teach another chemistry, another biology. But I know you think I'm talking about Greek chemistry. I am not. That's African chemistry, which I doubt if you ever studied, because if you studied that, you would have to know the word melanin. If you're studying chemistry correctly, they have to say the word melanin. Chemi means black. That's why they call Egypt Kemet. It means black. And to study chemistry, you study melanin particles called electrons, protons, and neutrons. It's the study of melanin. So if you studied chemistry, you didn't hear the word melanin, I don't know what the hell you studied. Melanin is what drives biology. They call it the new sun in the cell, which the Europeans call the nucleus. Yeah, it's all about studying melanin. There's nothing else to study in science except melanin, this thing that makes you black. Causes you to have more vitamins and minerals in your body than any race. Causes you to store more information than any race. Causes you to transmit nerve impulses faster than any race. Causes you to absorb more color when you see color with your eyes than any race. Causes you to hear more sound in your ear than any other race. Causes you to taste the full flavor of food because you have melanin in your taste buds. You can actually taste the food more than any other race. Causes you to have more chrome colors in your hair. If you examine it, it got this extra rainbow there, male rainbow and a female rainbow. You got hair, white people got fur. It's a whole nother thing. Whole nother thing.
Oh. Wow, that's pretty powerful.
No, Jamal been telling you this forever, Charlie. You just want to listen.
Well, Julius, to be perfectly honest with you,
He's a fine guy now. Don't take it away from him.
No, I was just to say, to be perfectly honest, Mr. Winbush told me if I listen to stuff like that, he gonna teach me a lesson. So, Mr. Winbush paid my daddy, my mama, and he paid us. And I tell you what he used to call us. I never forgot. He'd say, Annie, and Uncle. Where's the little pepperhead boy? Where that little one, the snotty nose with the pepper head, talking about me? And you know why, Jewish? And I'm sharing it with Jamal and Robert too. You know why they used to call out black folks Annie and Uncle? Because they refuse to call them Mr. Brown and Miss Brown, so they'll call them Annie and Uncle to keep from calling them Miss Brown and Mr. Brown. Think about it. I'm old enough to remember. They used to say, Annie, where's them boys at?
So what's your take on this chemistry, Charlie Brown? Because he made a great point.
I think it's pretty powerful. This is important of information. Now, I hear exactly what he say. It'll make me want to do some research. You shouldn't take no one just at face value. What they do, they open you up for you to go and do the research to understand where this coming from and try to cross the T's and dot the I's. Because people can lead you and say what they choose, but he sounds like he know what he's talking about. I like it because what he did, he just opened me up for me to now look into it. Because before I didn't know. I didn't have no idea, but he did shine a light on me. That's my opinion. I like it. And I think what I'm hearing is the truth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have a technical problem on the company's Facebook page, which is Our Black Media Network. The show is shared over there, but we had a problem where we couldn't air it from our platform. So Chris will be checking into that this week. It's been going on for about a week, but I thought it was going to clear up, but it hasn't. But anyway, we have comments from the other side, and Ivan Cohen is over there watching, and it's not the comments on coming up over here because he's watching it on Our Black Media Network because it was shared over there. Ivan Cohen said in the future, people will take out bank loans to buy oxtails.
Exactly. Exactly, Ivan.
He talked about you too, Charlie. You might want to go over there and look at it after a while. He said, "Don't you don't know where them hands been, Mister All Night Long." Because before you got on, Jamar, that fine young man, Jamar, has said that you were in Bible study trying to become a minister, and that when you opened up your ministry, Charlie Brown Ministries, that we all were going to follow you. So,
no. Let's clear the air on that. I'm simply trying to better my position as far as my concern. And if I can influence you or share something with you I picked up, which is love, I will do that. I'm a different person since I've been going to the Bible study. And that's my belief. But again, even the guy who was teaching it, I research him and see exactly where he's coming from. I read it for myself to my best ability.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to get anyone to follow me at all. I share my love with you.
All right. So we'll go on to Robert, Jamar, and Sandra.
What's that?
Greek chemistry versus African chemistry. What do you think? Do y'all want Jamar to go first? So
Yes.
then y'all, Jamar, go ahead and tell them about it, because Jamar has been talking about this forever.
Okay.
Well, I'm just going to say the person in the video, if I am not mistaken out there, going to say that was Dr. Laila Africa, who's from Beaufort, South Carolina. Dr. Africa has had several books. He passed away about 3 years ago. He addressed African holistic health and living. And so, like with the show that we had early on today on Run Tell That, that's again what he discussed and certain things. He put out certain principles. And so again, when we look at chemistry, we look at the sciences, we got to go back to Africa. We all so often try to ignore that. Mathematics, writing, you got to go to Africa. You got to go to Africa, and not just even with regard to Kemet, because Kemet means black lands, land of the blacks. Some people try to get into it, they talk about the black soil, but then people are identifying who they are. So when we look at the sciences, from psychology on, you got an African component. And so I'm just throw something out there real quick. I'm not, because I know you're trying to be funny about this, Julia. So I had one of the students from Savannah State say to me that one of her professors told her, philosophy professor, said black people did not engage in philosophy until the 1970s. And so she was like asking, like, why is that black people not engaging in philosophy? He was like, they were more to other things, like music and art and all that. That's what they're in. And she was like, it conflicted with her because I told her that the oldest book in the world is in Africa. And it's called The Teachings of the Ptah-hotep, Teachings of the Ptah-hotep. And that is a book on governing people who are in positions of power, on how they sort of function, which is essentially a philosophy book. So again, we have these type of situations that go on where they try to make us not understand. So when we talk about chemistry, you got to go to Africa. Like either going to say European chemistry, but melanin, people are going to take pride in melanin because it plays a role with regard to who we are. I got a bunch of melanin in my eyes. That's why the brown spots in my eyes is tied to melanin.
Interesting. I'd just like to piggyback just shortly, Jew. What he say, people get it mixed up. Egypt sit in Africa. Yeah. And if you look at Egypt, how far advanced they was in doing things, they had endo plumbing way back then. And the people wasn't light skinned, they were people with melanin in their skin. So people have to realize, a lot of people say, I'm an Egyptian. No, you are actually an African, because Egypt sit in Africa.
And with that, and also Charles, just to add that, the people who are in Egypt right now are not the ones from the beginning of time. The Nubians who are there, the Nubians who based in the southern part, they are it. They are the ones. They're the ones African. But you see Arabs right now are stealing the story also. Arabs are also stealing the story, and they try to come to stuff. Oh, they were a mixed population, all that to try to justify. Arabs came in there. It's just like right after the god doggone Romans and other people and the Greeks and all of them. But yeah.
Sandra?
I have no reply.
Oh, I just threw this as a Chandra. And guess what? Ain't no Caucasian Hebrews built no pyramids. Just to let y'all know that.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Ain't no Caucasian Jews built no pyramids in Egypt. No matter what, you better understand that some of the stuff is allegory, because when you go and look at, when you, again, going back to what Laila was throwing out there, when you read the history, it was skilled artisans who made the pyramids. It was not some Hebrew slaves that they go and say that because they were not there at that time. But that's another story for another day, another time.
Robert?
I'm like Chandra. I can't. I think he nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take our second commercial then.
Wow, we got commercials real quick tonight. Wow.
One time, everything.
Wow.
What's wrong with?
Hi, I'm Katie Brewington and I'm running for Magistrate Court Judge. Magistrate Court is often called the People's Court because people represent themselves or are pro se litigants. Magistrate Court handles civil claims up to $15,000, dispossessory proceedings, pre-warrant applications, and good behavior bonds. I'm a great candidate for judge because I have the experience, compassion, and drive to get the job done. I have been a probation officer, a criminal defense attorney, a solicitor, and a municipal court judge, and I will take all of that experience to get the job done. So remember, vote Katie Brewington, May 21st, for Magistrate.
And Drew, I'd like to put a disclaimer on this, and I want the viewing audience to know, just because you see candidates on advertise with us, because we have people that do advertisement, that don't mean we're endorsing their candidacy. I'm saying I'm not endorsing it. We saying we welcome to anyone who wants to come on our platform and run an ad. Am I right, partner? Because I don't want people to get the impression every ad we got, except the sponsors, that we endorsing that candidate, and we're not.
Well, you are about 90% right. The other 10% is where we do favor people who support us.
Well,
why would I support somebody who don't advertise with us?
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying other people don't really want our endorsement, but they want our viewing audience. That's where I'm coming from. They want our viewing audience.
Yeah. Well,
I think we should be generic in that part to a degree. That's all I'm saying. But I know where you're coming from, partner.
Yeah, I love who love me.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna go on to the next one, and this is video number 3.
You know, I tried to tell y'all Jeff Landry was gonna be held as governor. Now let me show y'all. New sheriff in town, Jeff Landry, and his criminal justice policies. Look at this. Longer sentences, more executions, and harsher penalties for juveniles. That's how he's starting off. Y'all ready for this one? A proposal that Representative Debbie Villo from Kenner, a former prosecutor, has submitted would effectively eliminate parole in Louisiana. Y'all don't like to vote, though. Turning down the money for summer food assistance program. The food that feeds the kids in the summer while they're out of school, the feds wanted to send us some money for that. He said, nah, we don't want your money. We don't want to feed kids in the summer. And another one, he's sending 150 Louisiana National Guardsmen to Texas for $3 million is going to cost taxpayers for us to send these troops to Texas to protect the border. They can't arrest nobody, but they're going to the border, y'all. Now, here go the numbers during the election. For black people, 927,000 black people registered to vote in Louisiana. Only 267,000 of them went to vote. That's a difference of 600,000 black people stayed home and didn't vote. So let me give you that. For every 3 black people in the comments talking, only 1 of them went to vote. Now, my daughter gonna be all right this summer. We gonna have food in my house. And I'm not in need of probation or parole. I'm trying to do everything I can to follow the law. For those who have family and friends that may need probation and parole. For those whose kids may need some food this summer. Did you vote? And if you are not a voter and you are in the comments, then you part of why we ending up with this problem. Now, you could do something about it, or you could just keep talking trash. But you can blame the mayor of your city. You can blame your state rep and your state senator. But it's a whole bunch of y'all that didn't do your part. 600,000 of you to be exact. That's how we got here. It's consequences to elections, and all politics is local. And I'm going to keep reminding y'all, this is what happens when 2 out of every 3 black people sit on their ass and don't do their part.
Wow, that's pretty compelling.
It is. It really is. And that's just in Louisiana. They attacked CTR with the critical race theory. Then they're now getting ready to get rid of DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's what it is, Jamar, right?
Yes.
And now since you don't want to vote, they figure, well, if they didn't complain about that and they not marching and tearing up shit, then and they didn't complain about DEI, since that's really what's going to get them in the door, then let's just go for the whole meatloaf. Let's go for the whole turkey log. You know, let's just go ahead and they ain't gonna do nothing. You know, we are the most blind people that don't want to organize and fight for ourselves because we have become so content with everything that we have.
Good point.
We don't get up and fight and advocate, be engaged and involved so that you can make a difference. And then you complain. I had a friend today, I promise you, on everything I love him. We've been brothers since we were this high. He called me today about a problem he had up in this city. And I said, well, why don't you come and be involved? Well, I don't want to be involved. I said, well, you shouldn't complain. I'm going to just go and pay it. I ain't got no time. I said, if you got an issue, it's not going to change if you keep it to yourself.
Yep.
You got to come out and be involved. You got to come out and be engaged. Let everybody hear your complaint. Maybe they have the same one. Then here go 2 of y'all. Then maybe here go 4 of y'all. Y'all can get up and actively advocate for change.
Yeah, that's how back in the day they were able to point out through the Attorney General's office that Springfield had a illegal speed trap going on. When you remember that highway, when you went to Springfield, it automatically went from 55 to 30.
Yeah.
Like that. And they would be sitting right there. And the majority of the people that they were pulling over, it was exposed through Attorney General's office that the majority of the people were African Americans. You know.
Oh my, Sandra, thank you for sharing that. And I'll tell you the story right quick. Is a true story. I bought a Suburban long time ago, and I was going through those particular area, and I know I was speeding in the Suburban. I know I was speeding, and a black man, I passed him, and the police pulled him over. And guess why they did not pull me over? Why?
Because you was in a truck, using a white-looking truck.
That's right. They thought I was a white person in the Suburban. No, for real. We laugh about that. My wife always kidding me, say, that's why you got less tickets, because in the Suburban, because they were assuming you were just another white person. And but to make a point that what you were saying, you can't stand on the sideline or in the batter's box. You got to get up and hit. If you don't get up and hit to make a difference, they'll continue to do the way they do you.
That is true. That is true. I mean, and that's why I know y'all get tired of me saying that we didn't ask for Juneteenth. We asked for our children to be safe when they're driving in their cars
Amen.
and not be murdered, just for a tail light or just for having something hanging on the mirror or
Right.
what have you. That's what we ask for.
Correct.
And until we need to refocus, we need to refocus. And I think it was you, Jew, that sent some type of text message talking about, for 30 years, what Tony Thomas said about, us. And for 30 years, we've been voting black, but all of them have been sellouts. Well, meditate on that.
That's deep.
Robert?
I'm gonna kind of jump where Chandra just left off. That is such a dangerous place to be when you got your own folk. For example, we got it right here locally, where your own people will try to damage their own. So, we don't have equality around, small businesses and liquor licenses. We don't have equality around city contracts and buildings. And so, it's a lot to be said about that. Then we talk about, well, why don't we all, how's the community going to come together? Well, if you're going to continue to perpetuate that type of activity, then how can it come together? You know what I mean? If we, and I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, but at what point do we realize that, watch this, how is it that a Donald Trump can do what he got going on and become president, possibly, but we can't rally around and support and become the economic power that we can easily be?
I can answer the tail end of it right quick. Again, it's white privilege with Donald Trump. Strictly. This show is white privilege. If President Obama would attempt something like this, or Kamala Harris, they would have ridiculed them completely, annihilate them. White privilege. He said, I grabbed this and I grabbed that and I did what I wanted. He appointed 3 Supreme Court justices. This gentleman is dangerous. He also say if he get elected again, he want to be a dictator for 24 hours. And the reason why he want to feel it out, that 24 hours will turn to 48, then 72.
Yeah.
And he ain't going to want to give it up because he can only do 4 years because the president is only 8. And he is not going to give that office up if he wins. I'm telling you.
And I'm glad you said that. Never before have we seen privilege and white supremacy paraded in our faces that blatantly.
I wasn't around in the Jim Crow South, but I'm just saying that, they are blatant with it. The only thing that they're not doing is coming into the workplace, because I do remember a time when they could just come into the workplace and call you the N-word. What was you going to do? Go to HR?
And Sandra, you know what's interesting too, and you make great valid point. You know what interesting? We cannot just put it on Donald Trump. What Donald Trump did made it fashionable for all of them to do what they're doing. Lead by example. And that is exactly what they're doing. He said the white national is good people on both sides. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Please.
Well, if right there in Port Wentworth, they could remove, they blocked Julius from being on the ballot, because of something that he did years and years ago. But this man is engulfed in 91. And they've already found him liable.
Yeah.
In 3 of the things. how is it that if you go to Walmart or McDonald's right now and they say, do you have any felony convictions or charges? You got to check certain boxes and all this type of stuff. And you can't even get a damn job at Walmart.
Right.
You know, but this man can rise to the highest. Nobody, I guess, on the right wing side of it, because there's a lot of people that find this just morally, you guys are morally bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know, but
if you want to compare it to something, and I know it's a little different, but look what they did to Andrew Gillum in Florida.
Perfect example.
Yes.
Perfect example.
Well, and they did Andrew bad, and Andrew got caught with his pants down. But
Really?
y'all got to remember, y'all hosts also, y'all just bypassed Jamar and went 3 times.
Ooh,
You know?
Sorry.
But Jamar didn't seem like he was in that. We can't.
Jamar's a great fella.
I
Jamar's a
made a
good guy.
mistake. Jamar made a mistake. Excuse us. That missed a slip. I get carried away a little bit sometimes. I get beside myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
My friend, go right ahead. Take your time and that surprise. Oh, God, it's killing me.
I was going to say, when I saw the video 4 days ago, I posted it 4 days ago myself. I thought it was a perfect example and statement of what we're dealing with, and that again, and not being an apologist with regards to that. And so, for all the individuals out there who say voting doesn't matter, that brother with his statements, I thought that was a fitting statement right there. And then going along with some of the things that you all sharing, my mind always goes to this right here: Laura Nelson and Mary Turner. Mary Turner, Laura Nelson, mothers who were lynched. Laura Nelson, in her case, she also got raped. Mary Turner, they cut out the baby that was inside her because she was pregnant. I think about that. And all they wanted was justice for their spouses or for their families. And in some cases, they just want to get it addressed, and that here go these people turned on them like rabid wolves, like dogs. And so I'm like saying, what we're looking at, we allow that type of behavior to go on when we don't vote. And, we make the excuses, with regards to, I can't go and do that. I'm like, it's going to get even worse. Because some of y'all saying that we do this to try to protect our family members. Some of the people out there sitting out there right now, those who did not go vote, you're going to lose family members because you didn't vote.
You know, Jamal, you're absolutely right. If you don't vote, you don't matter. Yep. You don't really matter. Don't come tell me about issues. Don't tell me this was going on. We need to do that. My question, did you go vote? No, it wouldn't make no difference. You don't matter. I don't even want to hear it because you could have go vote. And look how many others didn't go vote. If you don't vote, you do not matter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. That's Mr. Charlie Brown saying you don't vote, you don't matter.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, you can't complain if you're not involved. If you don't want to stand up and be in the fight, because it affects you directly. And by what they've done, I had an alderwoman today. What did the alderwoman say? Did you see that, Jamal? The alderwoman said, let me see if I can get it real quick. She said that I don't see it. Oh yeah, she said, I told y'all it was going to happen. The official end to minority business and DEI is done. The only way to overturn it is through the Supreme Court and Congress, both of which are conservative controlled. This marks the official end of the civil rights era. The end of the civil rights era. Black people are now officially on their own. It's time to wake up.
Wow.
So what they're telling you emphatically, if you didn't get whatever education, if you didn't get in whatever school you wanted to, if you didn't reap the benefits of being able to start a small business, you know, when they were doing the disadvantaged business enterprise certifications and stuff like that, those are going away, hun.
Yeah.
So
look at what Terrence Howard did. I don't know whether y'all saw it on the news. Terrence Howard has refused to pay taxes because he said descendants of slaves should not have to pay taxes. We're giving money to all these countries. We're supporting countries, but you're not looking after the people who helped build this country.
Yeah.
And he makes a valid point. But the thing is this: we have had our leaders to bring up reparations. We have had our leaders to bring up things that would support us and booster us up in the in this society. But guess what? They have not had the army to come with them. If you don't bring an army, the only thing these people understand is force
and numbers,
because they've taken everything across this whole world by force. So force is what? Numbers. You got to bring the numbers with you when you come to complain, or they don't want to listen to you. That means all of us have to be actively engaged. We have to be participants in the battle.
Powerful,
we can't win.
Yeah.
Powerful, man. Powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful.
You know, it's crazy. And, you know, it's all type of atrocities going on all across this globe being done to people of color. Look what the French done in Africa when it was time for them to get kicked out. That's our next video. Giovanna, you can cue it up.
Between 1958 and 1961, France did something absolutely horrible. France made the Francophone African countries, and I don't even want to use that terminology, but I only use it for the purposes of conversation. The 14 countries which were formally, but still colonized by the French, they were forced to sign a document that they called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. You heard me. The Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. If you want your independence, you must sign this. Guinea, Secretary said absolutely not. Mali said absolutely not. France, pack your bags and go on back home. France could not believe it. Could not understand that an African country, these monkeys, do not want to be affiliated to France. They said, we will show you. So history tells us France went into those two countries, took everything that they thought they had brought to those two countries, including the last teaspoon and chair, proceeded to pour concrete into the sewage pipes, completely devastating the two economies. The then newly appointed president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, in his efforts to rescue these two economies, created the first ever union of any African states, Ghana, Guinea, and Mali. But what that did was it made the other African countries realize that if they go against France, this was the fate that was waiting them. So what did they do? Wave the paper. And they signed. What did the pact say? One. The pact said, you monkeys, you don't know how to manage your money. So you shall deposit 85% of your bank reserves with the French Central Bank under the control of the French Minister of Finance. And that France is going to take your deposits from the individual countries, pool them together, invest them in the French stock market under the French name. And you, monkeys, you may or may not know the returns. Latest figures are showing this is still going on since 1958. France today is collecting out of Africa over $500 billion before investing. And when they finish investing this money, for every 14 billion out of Africa, they're recognizing over 300 billion. Now do the math. So when it's actually said and done, France is taking out of Africa trillions of dollars every year, and we, the poor Africans, are gladly giving it to France. And the same France has the audacity to look at us and call us poor people. 1958. They went further with the pact. You see, we will also print your own money. We will print your money for you. They instituted what they were calling the CFA, special currency for the African countries, and that only France can print that money for you. They went on to say all the contracts, large contracts, public and private, French companies have the first right of refusal. All your minerals discovered, yet to be discovered, France has the first right of refusal. Now, my brothers and sisters, if one of you was to wake up one morning and you're president of one of those countries, and your chief of staff walks in first day and starts reading you out the do's and don'ts as stipulated by the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization, what power do you have? None. And the same countries that are stealing from Africa, they have the audacity to look at Africa and say, Africans, what's wrong with you? Why can't you all take care of yourselves? Well, let's start by leaving our $500 billion on the continent. But what they do instead, they want to throw you with a smoke screen. Your African leaders are corrupt. Well, you know, I gave you that. I mean, not all African leaders are corrupt. Africa is a family. No family is complete without crazy Aunt Sally and crazy Uncle Tom. Nobody's perfect. Okay, fine, so I'll give you that. Their own figures are saying 50 billion is getting out of Africa from corruption. Fine, I give you that. But you do not want me to engage in a conversation that's solely limited to the $50 billion out of Africa through corruption. First, you don't tell me where it's going. You simply tell me it's getting out of Africa. But secondly, there's a bigger thief. You got two thieves, one with a briefcase with 50 billion and the other thief with a briefcase with 500 billion. I am a smart woman. You want me to ignore the one with 500 billion and put all my energies on a suitcase with 50? And by the time the one with 500 billion is done investing, we are talking trillions. Now, do you see how quickly the funds out of Africa from corruption become the larger chunk under the table? And they want you to stay under the table. So you never have to talk about what is on the table. We must wake up, Africans. We must think about our situations. How did we get here? Are we willing to let France go?
And I played so much of that video because I wanted y'all to hear the full impact of it. I wanted our audience to hear the full impact of it. Now, this is a lot of the stuff that, again, I don't mean to toot my partner's home. That's my boy. But he preaches this every day. And Jamal, we're going to let you go first, and then everybody else can go behind you, and you can go ahead and start it.
I'm going to go real short. I'm going to go short. And I want to say, Julius Hall, I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the type of stuff that we're supposed to be doing. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Because right now, France is taking monies, have been taking money. France would not be France if it was not for Africa. Y'all going to Paris and traveling. It is because of Africa. Ain't even because of the French. They still stealing money. What y'all see happening in Haiti right now, they're talking about all the, that's tied to France.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell you, I learned this at Savannah State from Dr. Haynes Walter. He said the French were so mad that the Ghanaians under Ahmed Sekou Touré, they said, we don't want you no more. He said they took every cinder block of French them Caucasians, them Europeans that we love so much, they are so mad that these Africans say, we don't want you. And just like they said, they want to pour cement inside the sewage, in the sewers. Yo, that's the country that y'all applaud today. Y'all applaud their designers. Y'all applaud all their people, but you don't think about how sinister and evil they are. And so I'm going to say this right here. It's the French and the British and the United States all making money right now. What's happening in the Congo, it is tied to corporations in Europe and in the United States, got our children now almost not going to school, 4 years old, but they're in mines right now, not caring about their condition. So I want to say you, Julius Hall, I give you kudos with regards to that. And more of us got to understand it. And guess what? As I tell people, that's happening in Africa, and that's happening in the United States also. All the things we've been talking about, they're all connected, but they don't never want you to see that connection.
And I wanted to bring that's one of the things that when I had the mindset to start Little Known Black History Facts. Little Known Black History Facts, that would have been one of the videos there, because I just ran out of a host. I had a host to do it, and then they left town. But I don't have time to do it myself. But so we got to incorporate a bunch of that stuff here, because we got to bring awareness to people that we talk to every day on this level, to let them understand what happens, what has happened over time by all these other countries who have looted Africa. And that's part of what we're going to be doing in the series that we'll have with the exploitation of Africa.
One of the things that it's so compelling, France have messed up Haiti so bad, and they've been owing them money for years and put them in debt. That's what the Revolution Toussaint was all about over in Haiti. And the Chinese are doing it in Africa. They're now taking all the resources out of Africa. Africa is the most resourceful place for platinum, plutonium, all sorts of stuff. And if you watch what the Chinese are doing, it's pathetic. We got to try to build an army, when I say army, of intellectual people to go and aid our people, because we are African. We're descended from Africa. And I'm saying they're taking all the resources. Look at this, see what's happening. Global. All of them running to Africa, taking the resource away. I'll go ahead and somebody can go next, but I want to share that.
Chandra?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I mean,
It's a shame.
And then they wonder why as Africans or African Americans or anything like that, why can't we catch up? Well, when y'all done filtered everything that we ever, y'all took the flea off the dogs, just took everything, and if somebody came and pilfered your house, how long would it take to regroup and get all of your, get your stuff back? They done had their feet on the necks of Africans, and now all of a sudden, oh, well, y'all should be able to get over it by now. Really?
Yeah.
And part of what it is when you look at history and see, they only let us, they feed us out the information that they want us to see, or that they want us to learn, and they want us to keep in mind. I don't, people ask me a lot why you don't go to church as much. Because I studied in my 21 years away. And y'all ain't, a lot of people ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. But see, before there was a Jesus, there was the Sumerian text, which the Bible is written from.
Mm-hmm.
It was thousands of years before Jesus. And every book in the Bible is copied out of the Sumerian text. But they don't want you to know that. How we got here. Y'all ain't thinking about it.
Hello.
the cradle of civilization. See, in black people, we're the most ignorant ones. You tell us something that's contrary to Jesus, and then you want to fight us.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all they've ever taught you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to know nothing better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they know. But they got it in a book.
Mm-hmm.
And they know you ain't going to read the book. But I did. Know your history.
Robert?
There's a lot of reasons why I don't do a lot of things that I don't do. Because I have learned my history. I've learned the history of the world.
Yeah.
What's your question, Mr. Brown?
No, it was your turn to take a shot.
Well, I totally agree. Totally agree with what Julius just said. It baffles me sometimes. And that's kind of why I had to sit back and monitor my own self and my own mouth, because sometimes you get so frustrated and you speak on things and it's just like, you know what, it ain't even worth it. Because he's exactly right. If you understand, I don't know if y'all ever been to church before and they start talking about master. Why in the hell is master in the Bible and y'all still saying it? Y'all ain't got it yet? Don't you know the Bible was, whatever floats your boat floats. And I'm more spiritual than I am religious. So you got to look at, like Julie said, you got to look at stuff. They use the Bible to justify slavery, folks. And Sheree will tell you, I remember him talking about this. You know, I don't even think that was the original faith-based practice. And so when you peel that onion back and you start being for real, everything that has been taught, basically, as Brother Dre would say, the mosquito has been successful in teaching the elephant how to be a mosquito, and we are that elephant.
Well, can I say this? I think, and you hear me out, because I'm going to have to defend the Bible. I think the Bible intention was great for what it was doing. They took it and manipulated and used the Bible. That's what I think the way they done it. First and foremost, when we were slaves, the first thing they say, don't teach us to do what? How to read, how to write. If you can keep a person in those banishment like that, then you can control them. But the Bible, in my opinion, this is strictly Charlie Brown opinion,
Right.
The Bible was right, but they, man, woman, whoever, have taken the Bible and used the Bible against the people and manipulate them instead of using the Bible the correct way. They use it for control. Again, that's my opinion.
The Bible is, and religion, religion, period, is what, Professor Torre?
Created by men and women.
And it is a form of slavery. It is to keep the people under their governance. It is a way to control the populace. If you give them religion and then they believe it, then, you know, it's a bunch of books that people need to read on how we even got here. Do you know how we got here? There's some books out there from the Sumerian text 2,000 years before Jesus ever walked the earth. Every book in the Bible is copied out of that text. The Bible is plagiarized out of the Sumerian text. So when you look at it and you say, well, wow, you read this book and you say, wow, and these things exist. All you have to do is go look for it. They know you ain't gonna go look because see, we are so grounded in what we have been taught all our lives that we don't want to learn nothing else. They have brainwashed us to control us. We are conditioned to believe what we were first taught. There is nothing new that we want to learn because we believe what we were taught, and that's what they gave us. So you have to be able to look and say, I want to look outside of what I'm really looking at.
I will call you when it's over.
Yeah. But go ahead, Jamal.
I was just going to ask something. What Robert was alluding to, that even before the Sumerians, that you have, and that's why some people when they go to Egypt right now, and they go inside some of the temples, and they say, wait a minute. They talking about the flood on the walls of the temple. That we go and see that when you know the story of Asar, Set, and Heru, that is the Greeks call them Osiris, Isis, and Horus. That you're going to see the story of reincarnation. You're going to see the story of resurrection. You see the story. It's right there. We read what is called the Declaration of Innocence. We read that, and it's 42 of them, and people start saying, "Wait a minute!" And so what happened, people do go and take things from it. And so that's why now folks going to say, people want to be religious, but some folks say it's not about being religious, it's about being spiritual. Mm-hmm. Spirituality is a higher level. And that's why I tell folks, when you have spirituality, there's some parameters as how you function. So it doesn't matter if you are a traditional believer, if you are Kemetic, if you are EFI practitioner, if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, that you still have your parameters because you are spiritual. You don't follow just the rituals. See, we get caught into the rituals and absolutely miss it. And I tell people, I end on this note right here. I tell people the most Christian people that I know in the entire world have been my mama and my grandmama. And guess what? They never quoted scripture. They never quoted scripture because they lived it. They never quoted it. They lived it. And that's why I tell people when you are spiritual, you live what you say you are about. If it's the Bhagavad Gita, you don't have to tell me stuff from the Bhagavad Gita. You live it and we see it.
Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We really appreciate that, brother. Jamal Torre.
Julius, we do have two doctors on the staff, Dr. Brain and Dr. Jamal Torre. And I'm also a PhD. If y'all wasn't aware of that, Robert, were you aware I was a PhD?
I was. I know now.
Right. And I did get my PhD from Pray Hard Daily, each and every day. PhD. Pray Hard Daily.
I don't know whether Sandra has her PhD, but she sure got 5 or 6 degrees.
I do.
She have dual masters.
I have dual masters and I have my PhD in nonprofit management. Thank you.
Okay, so we got 3 doctors on the staff.
No, 4.
Oh yeah, well you play one on TV.
I will not let you talk about Charlie Brown like that, Julius. I will not let you disrespect him like that. Charlie Brown is a fine man, a fine man.
To all 844 people, we got 5 doctors on here right now. So everybody on here is a doctor. We even got doctor, the one he can't figure out how to keep himself from aging. He said he was going to be late. He didn't show up at all, Sean.
Oh Lord.
And so we're going to bestow doctorate on Tiffany though when she gets back. Giovanna, you could take us to a commercial and then we'll be right back with our last video. We got 2 subjects left and 1 video. All right. Okay, we are back with our last 40 minutes or so, 35 minutes. We're going to get these
35
last
minutes, Jew.
up out the way. And I'm glad that Jamar, I put glue in that seat so he couldn't move. And
I'm about to go in a second. I'll just come to this because I got to go home. I got to get ready for stuff tomorrow. I got to get ready.
Yeah. He always got stuff. He's more busy. He's the busiest man I know. Anyway, we're going to, Giovanna, play this last video. And it's dealing with love and what is true love versus true love is unconditional. Arranged love is conditional. And Dr. Umar.
How would you define love?
Go ahead.
How would you define love?
When you truly love somebody, truly, here's the thing about love. Love is unconditional. That's the first thing I want to say.
Is it really?
Love is unconditional. If it's conditions on it, it ain't love. It's a contract. And that's okay if both of you agree on those terms. She may agree. We have a pleasure contract. We got an economic contract where you're going to take care of me. And as long as you take care of me, I'm going to be your woman. The Puff Daddy arrangement. You feel me? That works for some people. No, you have women like that. You have men like that.
Right.
I'm going to floss you up. And as long as I floss you up, you're going to be loyal to me. But that's a contract. That's not love. Contracts are different from love. Why? Contracts are conditional. Right. Love is unconditional. If I love my queen, what if she comes home one day and say, hey, baby, I don't want to work this. I don't want to be a lawyer no more. But if I only married her because I like the way her law degree looks on Dr. Umar in public, you see how this goes. She's changing. But if I love her, okay, baby, that's what you don't want to do. You want to go into something else. Let's do it. Love is when you love somebody, you are 100% unapologetically and unconditionally committed to that person's best interest, even if it is to your loss. What if your fiance come home and say, listen, babe, I had a long conversation with my ex-husband. I never thought I would look at this again, but we left a lot on the table together. I enjoyed the time we had. I think that man might still be my soulmate. I got to move on. I might still hurt because I loved her, right? But if that love is true, if you feel that's who you meant to spend the rest of your life with, I gotta love you and want the best for you. Most of us cannot do that. What we call love is limited to your investment in me. You see that?
Yeah.
Anytime they step outside of the box we created for them, we get angry because that was not love. You had conditions on it. Your woman gained 20 pounds. Now you're going to divorce her. You say, if you gain another 20 pounds, this marriage is over. That was not love. That was a contract because it had conditions. If I love that woman unconditionally, whether she gained 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, I'm not going nowhere. Now, we might need to have a conversation about her health because I want you around for our children to get married. You understand? Right. But there's no such thing as ending a relationship because you stepped outside of my perfect box if you loved her. Love is unconditional. And most of what we got in the Black community are contracts disguised as loving relationships.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
my
powerful.
Lord.
Pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my God.
Pretty powerful. You got contracts, Stud? Jamar ain't had nothing but contracts. He's still looking for love.
That's right. That's right.
He's still looking for love. So anybody out there that's looking, my brother up there, he's single and he's looking for love.
That's
he
right.
wanted to be unconditional. No contract. He don't want conditional love. He want unconditional love.
Right.
So
Right.
y'all make sure that this is our dating part of the thing.
My love is unconditional. My wife is not what she used to be, but I still love her unconditional. And one more time, Jew, all night long, because it's still there. Just because, like they say, just because snow on the roof, that don't mean ain't no fire in my chimney.
Right now.
It might not be. It may not be. Well, Jamal, it may not be a big bonfire, but at least a piece of kindling wood. Now,
Oh well.
Well,
Go ahead, Sandra.
I believe that, I mean, even though you can love somebody, you know, nobody loves unconditionally, you know, because right now, if Charlie found out that 10 years ago, Charlena stepped out on him, yes, that would be the reaction, because see, men expect for women to get over it, you know, and hey, we can keep this thing moving, you know, just as long as you don't bring up my infidelities and all of this type of stuff. But if a woman does it, you know, then there's conditions, because men will 90% of the men that you talk to, that's the condition right there. You know,
you got a point there.
Yeah, you can gain a couple of few pounds, you know. I mean, especially in the Black community, you can gain a couple of few pounds. I've had people tell me recently that I'm getting too small, you know. So obviously that's a condition, you know. I mean, I used to be big, but now I'm just too small. But it works for me. So
well, we hope you find unconditional love soon. Next.
I hope so too.
I kind of agree at first, Chandra, when you said I didn't, but I kind of agree with what you said. But there are two words that I want to bring to your attention. It's the word love and the word friend. I had to learn that in this season. That word friend is a very important label, and that word love is a very important label. So if I'm going to attach that, there's a difference between like and love. Now, you know, if I'm going to attach that label to you, then there are expectations. Then it's just me talking. That should come with that, right? I'm going to use my mother, for example. That woman has unconditional love for her family and her children. Her children her children are definitely screw ups in so many different ways. But in no way has she ever wavered her love for her children. I've never seen anything like it. And she has put everything on the line for her family, even when sometimes she didn't get the pay in return. So I will give this to Black women, and especially Black women mothers. That's an example of, most of them are examples of unconditional love, because they put up with so much and they just have to just bear it all in and figure out a way to just regroup and keep going. Even when sometimes they shouldn't, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next,
well, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be with you all. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. I love you. And well, Umar was saying, in general, I think some of us, and so now I'll share this with you. You know, me and some brothers and sisters, we discussed this decades ago. We said that when you're dealing with conscious people, and they love, that love is, you know, it's a depth to it, that it is something that is unconditional, and you understand that. But what we live in a world that we deal with so many other people who are not on that page and not there for that, and not understanding about that commitment with regards to that. And so then that's why we wind up with these issues that we now are at odds with one another. And, you know, and again, it's that selfishness, because people going back to all those topics that you all pretty much had on the show tonight, that it's all just misinformation that has been given to us about what love is and about how we function, what we should be doing. And so absolutely, that even in the disappointment, I tell folks, even disappointment, my antenna is always up, because for love, you know, even though it might be disappointment, it might have been betrayal, might have been any of that, might have been, you know, like just no more flavor, but that antenna is still up. And that then when you're with that person, you don't look at that person as being your enemy. You look at saying, how can we build something right here? Because that's what love is about. Because again, it is spiritual. It is spiritual, it is real, and it's been ordained by the Most High. So that's what we're supposed to do. Now, I'll share this with you. Under some spiritualities, that you complete half of your religion or your spiritual belief by being married, by being involved with someone. So that tells you right there, love, marriage, sort of going hand in hand. You sort of build from there. So some people may not like that, but guess what? That's you. But guess what? Some other people understand that I'm supposed to have a relationship. I'm supposed to have someone. I'm supposed to be there with them, that partner to build this world.
Well, we hope you find unconditional love too soon. Me and Charlie already have unconditional love.
That's correct.
So we hoping that the three of y'all will find unconditional love. Yeah. What?
Say something right now.
Not that I said. Not that I had said this. Not that I had said again. Not that I had said this. The people have gone and said, they was like, "How in the world did Julius Hall get Dr. Tanya Howard Hall?" They said, "How in the world?"
I still wonder.
They said
He must have been depressed that
all
week.
night long.
They said that woman is heavenly. She's angelic. They said, "How did Julius Hall get Dr. Tanya Howard Hall?" It wasn't me. That's what the people said. That's what the people wasn't me. And I don't say nothing to them about all of that. I just say I will not let you all talk about Julius like that.
I appreciate that you were so forthcoming with your defense of me. But the thing is that you should have just told them one thing. Just watch the Rabble. And if you see that guy on the Rabble with the small nose, that's smaller than Charlie's nose, then
no, it's not.
You'll see why he got Dr. Tanya Howard Hall. Then you wouldn't have to ask that question of him. We're Wolverines first, and Wolverines marry Wolverines. You know,
ooh,
so that's what the thing is. You know, so
that's true.
I
have to give you an A plus. I have to give you an A plus for that, and I think that connection, that when y'all hit each other's eyes in the gym that night, it hadn't been the same, and been love, and continues. And love, you don't never have to say you're sorry when it's love. And Miss Brown saw me. I was driving a yellow convertible. I had my hair fried, dyed, and laid back. And in that convertible, when I flew it, the wind will blow it like this here. And when I come to a stop, the hair just drop on my shoulders at that time. I know I'm balding now. And I saw this woman walking across this field, this young lady. I thought she had on a pair of black shoes or something. And she was bow-legged. I said, woo! And, you know, I was looking, the closest she got to me, I noticed it was dirt on her ankles. And on top of that, the shoes was turned over and she was walking on a heel. And she saw me and she said, I can't believe my eyes. She said, where you from? She said, I've never seen a man with pretty hair in a yellow convertible. I say, would you like to go get a soda water? She said, yes, I will. And the rest is history. And the rest is history.
You know,
and the rest is history.
Even Jamal got to laugh at that.
The rest is history. I said, would you like to go get a soda water? She said,
Jamal got
to say, hey, but June, you know the part I didn't tell y'all, and I'm a little bit embarrassed. I asked, I said, would you dust your feet off a little bit? I didn't want that dirt to get in my car. You know, I didn't want that dirt to get in my car for her ankles and stuff.
Lord,
my God.
Lord.
Ooh, boy.
Okay.
That part.
I tell you.
I just want to tell.
Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say after that one.
Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Julius, you remember my hair was semi-long and used to flow in the wind?
Yeah. I don't know what to say after that one. I'm not going to say anything. And y'all need to explore that. Look at what he says about love, how conditional it is, and how unconditional it should be. And see if you can find you some unconditional love. Because when you love without conditions, no matter what happened, whether they're sick, whether they're old, whether they have gotten
Right.
out. Sometimes people will say, well, that's not the person that I married. You know, that's not the person that I married. Sometimes they'll say that. So you have to be able to
it's not a contract. It's not a contract, like he was saying. Because
Right.
you married her because she had a little tiny figure. She was real pretty, had long hair. All of a sudden, she ain't like that no more. She gained some weight. Her hair is short now. And you don't see the beauty anymore. And that happened.
You talking about, speaking of that, and I'll just give you a personal example of that, Mr. Brown. I'll never forget how heartbroken Daddy was when his wife that he knew was not here, you know,
right.
all the time. And the pain he bared and just the sheer work he had to put in. I mean, you talking about some unconditional love. I mean, that was hell. That was hell on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still with it.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah, he's stuck with it.
You.
So.
You don't mind. I know I done said 1,000 times, but we got a lot of new viewing audience. Y'all guys, his mother was my 4th grade teacher. His mother, Miss Bryant, was my 4th grade teacher, and his father was my Boy Scout troop master, Troop 247, Asbury Methodist Church. And I thank the Bryants every day. Both of them did a good job with me. You can see how I turn out. Excellent. And Julius, if it wasn't for you and I getting together, black media would not have been born. It was born on the forklift, you in a warehouse, and you calling me 6 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the morning. But don't you go down that road again, ever again. Thank you for letting me share these stories.
Bernard, the link was sent to you second. It was sent to you. You was the second name on there. It's 8 people. You were the second name. You got it. It was in there with everybody else's.
Tell Bernard I miss you.
Bernard was a Magic City.
You're jealous, Bernard. You're jealous. It's all night long.
No, you might have a heart attack, man. Where he
all night long.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to our last subject. No video for it. We're just gonna go to it and get it on from that last video. Jamal had to go because he has his work tomorrow. And
Bernard, you ain't right, brother. Bernard ain't right, Julius. He attacking me from Atlanta.
So we're gonna go to our last subject. Ain't no video for it, so we're gonna just talk about it for about 10 minutes, and then we're out of here. As y'all can tell, a lot of things. Yesterday was Super Tuesday, and a lot of things happened. Mm-hmm. Trump and Biden sold up their respective parties' nominations, and my question is, what does another Trump presidency mean for the United States and for the world? Does it mean chaos, increase racism, a civil war, the end of democracy as we know it? What does it mean? I mean, y'all just give it me 2 minutes each and tell me what your thoughts are before we get out of here, because you had this crazy black guy that's the Republican nominee for governor in North Carolina.
He's terrible.
He is terrible. He's worse than Clarence Thomas. He's worse than Clarence Thomas. He hates the fact that he is black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he tells them that, man, this dude is crazy. So y'all go ahead and
I think now I'll go first and get it over with. I think what you're gonna get when if Donald Trump should win, I think you'll get chaos, disorganized. He had administrators going through his cabinet like it was going through McDonald's. And all you're going to have is chaos and chaos. To me, he was not a great leader. He actually embarrassed us on the world stage, the way he acted. And a lot of people say he scared people. No, he going to get us in World War III. and get a lot of people killed. This man is not good for the United States, and I'm not changing that. And he a lame duck president because he can't run for 2 terms because the president is only 8 years since Roosevelt days. And that's all I'm through.
Yeah.
It's going to be horrible if he is, you know, and that's why Democrats, they don't need to be taking this for granted.
No.
Because that's how we wound up with him the first damn time. Because everybody called themselves, they were mad at, you know, they took offense to Hillary Clinton because back in the day, she was responsible for doing the mass incarceration and
Whitewater.
And she wasn't hard enough on her husband. Well, that's her husband. If he was getting a blowjob in the White House,
that's what he was doing, you know.
That's what he was doing. You know,
that's right.
And she could forgive him. Who are we to speak to it? But see, that's how our judgment was off. And she told us at that point, this is going to be calamity for y'all. You know, for not just Black people, but everybody. It's going to be calamity. And from day one, he walked into the White House, you know, with calamity. And he's the reason why millions of people and a lot of our people died during that pandemic.
You're right.
He does not know how to manage.
Sandra, you know, not only that, he did it during the debate. He left out his seat, stood over Hillary. That's disrespect. He did not respect that and all. I'm saying we have allowed him to do just what he wanted to do, continue. Someone got to speak up and say, this man is not good for America. You don't go around saying, I want to be a dictator soon as I win for 24 hours because he don't test the water. Then 48, Robert, remember? 72. And before you know it, this country. And you think after 4 years, he going to say, I want to change it so I can run 4 more years. And one other thing, I'll let y'all, and I ain't going to say no more, one other thing. Did y'all realize every state he won in, it wasn't nothing wrong with the election. Every state he lost in, it was rigged. People fraudulently put vote in, absentee ballot. No state that he won in had a problem. He could have had a problem and still win, but no state, nobody saying nothing about that. Him and Carrie Lake are doing the same playbook. She's doing his playbook.
Yeah, and you know, for the Mitch McConnells and all of these people, they make my skin crawl.
Wow.
Because, I mean, I'm just baffled as to how did we get here to where you conservative gurus, you know, this man has been saying off the wall foolishness before he got in, when he got in. They knew that he was the antagonist to an insurrection.
Right.
I mean, can y'all imagine?
Y'all get it yet? What I said last week and the week before that and the week before that. Nobody cares. Some people don't care about that. Do y'all get it yet? That's why I keep saying, hold on. That's why I keep telling y'all, if the Democrats don't come up with a smarter strategy, it's a wrap.
Yes.
Right. And Donald Trump, number one word. Y'all want to hear it? I bet you're going to notice it. Fantastic. He did a fantastic.
Well, this is what y'all are missing. Y'all are missing one key component, and I've been trying to tell y'all that, but y'all keep thinking that it's a wrap for him. See, you got people who really care about this country that's in the Republican Party. 30% of them on average were voting for Nikki Haley. If Donald Trump can't win 90% of the Republican vote, he can't win the election. He's not going to win 30%. He's not going to win 90%. He's not going to win 90%.
Oh, no.
Maybe
ain't going to happen.
But you know what? A lot of people
But
said
it's
Nikki Haley
dangerous.
wasn't going to drop out. I'm going to tell you something about Republicans.
What choice she had,
Well,
Robert?
hold on. Before a Republican will go down and by themselves, they're going to stick with them. You saw Mitch McConnell with it. Y'all
That's
saw
what they're
Mitch
supposed
McConnell.
to do,
You
Robert.
better get on board.
That's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're going to do.
That's what they're supposed to do.
But in the same guise,
What you say?
Nikki
in the
Haley, people are
same
not gonna
guise, though, how do you justify, a man voting? I could never put my name behind someone like him. He is deplorable.
Well, and that is absolutely correct. And what you look at is how could all of this country have made him their choice for president? That tells you how divided the country really is. That tells you the hidden racism that this country was concealing for so long. But like I said, this is one component. There are some good people on the Republican side who will never vote for this man. Those are numbers he can't make up.
Yeah.
So he can't make them up. So he won't be able to hold on, Charlie. He won't be able to get in where he fits in because they won't vote for him. Those people, there are some good people that do not believe in him. Period. So they're not going to vote for him.
All I was going to say, I hope you're right. And we were saying if he get back in, that was the question. Chaos. That was the question. You say we claim we missed the point. We understand. We want you to be right. Maybe we weren't looking at that 30%. But at the same time, the question was, if he get back in, how this country will be. And we say chaos.
Without
and
doubt.
Bernard, it's good to see you.
And y'all too. Good to see y'all.
You just jealous you got on because I was all night long.
That's it.
And you can't do all night. You can only do a part of a night, and that's after dawn.
I know it. I looked in my spam, Drew. I found it in my spam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, man, hey, I want to apologize. I want to apologize for something I said when I came on about 2 weeks ago. And I think I got a lot of, not that I got a lot of backslash on it or whatever, but I think I said it and people took it the wrong way. I want to apologize when I say I don't care who is the president of the United States. I definitely, because it came out wrong. I don't want people to think I don't give a damn about who the president, whatever like that. So I'm man enough to apologize when I know I was wrong in front of everybody. And that's what I mean. I was so frustrated with this country and what's going on that I just say I didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You get to a point where you like, man, hell with this. And for those so-called Negroes sitting around thinking that they're going to vote for Donald Trump is a damn fool. This man is gutless. This man is a wasted man. This man disappointed his family. This man took $430 million from his daddy to start a company. This man done went bankrupt 100 damn times. This man is lost. And for y'all to go and say y'all gonna vote for this damn fool, y'all done lost your damn mind. And that go for the ones who was with Biden. Now they done switched to the Trump, and they say Trump ain't gonna do nothing for nobody but Trump. And then he have to come the president of the United States to make more money to spend out all the debt he in. So if y'all think this man gonna do something for y'all, when Trump was in office, my 401k was okay. Your goddamn 401k was coming down anyway.
Oh my God.
And Trump don't dictate the stock market or none of that at the end of the day. So you sitting up there and you doing this and doing that, and now you jumping on his bandwagon, At the end of the day, y'all done lost your damn mind. I don't care who. I don't give a damn what nobody said. What I'm saying, I'm man enough to apologize when I want to clarify some stuff. Because there was a lot of people came to me and said, you don't care. And I said, no, it's not that I didn't care. I was angry that night. I'm just tired of the country and I didn't care what the hell happened. Yeah. But I'm here to apologize. Hey, so at the end of the day, I'm a Democrat all the way, even though they soft. If they can get some blood like I got, then maybe it'll be better off. So I'm like this, RG. You swinging the fist, RG.
Ain't no damn swinging no fist. I'm telling you, listen. I'm telling you what.
RG, let me talk.
RG, I'm gonna vote for Joe Biden.
RG, let me tell you something.
No, I'm not swinging. RG, y'all don't want to hear the truth.
RG, let me tell you what the truth is. RG, let me tell you the truth. You've been on the show. You've been on the show for an hour and a half. I didn't interrupt you, so goddamn it, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Let me say what I got to say.
You and Sean gonna cuss me out.
Don't interrupt me. I let you talk the whole.
I argue with Bernard the whole year.
That's it.
But you know what? I'm Fannie Lou Hamer sick of the fact that that they keep giving us. They give us clickbait. They give us material to turn around, just like right now. If I was Joe Biden, I would be standing on the border with a stone in my damn hand, saying the Republicans shot it down. You know,
right.
I wouldn't give a damn, you know, but when they give us by hand, they spoon feeding us stuff to kill them with. You know, here it was, they've been asking for, even though not one goddamn administration, y'all can't name one, has had a immigration reform bill. Not one.
Sandra, you know something else? You know something else that's interesting? And they talked about Obamacare, which affordable health care, and they never came up with nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Zero. You know, all they did is block. And Bernard, before you get away, you owe me an apology to say I am the king of all night long, and you not king. You only king of after dark for about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, you can. You can. I'm gonna let you be king. I'm gonna let you be king.
I love it.
But Sonya,
but this is what they need to do.
Sonya,
you know,
Sonya. We ain't got but 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Be nice to my friend.
Sonya, just like I got on RG, I'm getting you. Sonya, you had all night to talk. Why you want to interrupt me?
Because Bernard, first of all, you don't bring your ass on here,
get him,
and then you want to damn talk.
Because I got taught last week.
I don't even know who you think you are, but we can talk about it later.
Before I get away, the weight loss look good. You look really good. You don't want to be fat and all that stuff like that. Hey, listen, viewing audience, please. We want to thank you for listening. Remember, share the show. Share. I love all you guys. Now I'm gonna pretend like an egg and I'm gonna beat it. And I hope y'all got that. Y'all got it?
Don't say that no more.
Pretend like an egg.
No more.
I'm gonna pretend like an egg and I'm gonna beat it.
You don't even know what you said. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, we appreciate everybody, and you know, we have some lively topics, and you know, this is what it's all about, and especially telling the world from a different perspective from what they've already been taught. There's a lot of things out there. If people just open the book, if people just open their mind, first of all, you got to open your mind before you open the book. Because the only way you're going to open the book is to open your mind. And so we have to get everybody to look into something outside of the box. Stop believing everything that you've been taught all your life. It might have been a lie. So with that said, we ain't got but 2 minutes. minute and a half. Anybody got any last words? Bernard, since you came on last, you got a minute and a half.
Yeah. Hey, I want everybody to stop believing that Trump is taking pictures with all these black folks. Everything is fake. It's fake. Trump is not taking pictures with all these black folks. So black folks don't get mixed up that it's a fake. It's fake going out there. If y'all vote for this man, y'all are absolutely damn fool. And Republicans need to step up and fight fire with fire. If the Republican throwing a rock on you, the Democrat throw it back. And that's the problem. Throw it back. You got to fight fire with fire.
But you also have to tell them, Bernard, that all of those pictures are manufactured through AI, artificial intelligence.
AI.
So
listen, before I get away, you still got a minute left. Sandra, again, you're the only female here tonight. And if I was younger, what you got on the night, this would be my famous pickup line. Hey, you in the green, let's go in the country and pick some butter beans. Woo! What a line. I know.
Go get your soda water.
Anybody got anything productive to say?
Go get
That's
your soda water.
productive.
Y'all have a great
I mean, Giovanna, tell these people good night, and we'll see them tomorrow. Now,
People
Good night,
for
y'all.
two reasons: lack of information,
And
lack
lack
of
of
knowledge.
knowledge.
Thank you so much. Good night.
good night.
Like this. 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 Like this.